The story is told of a teacher who wanted to clearly illustrate for his students the meaning of covenant. So as he spoke to them, he held a box of powder in each hand. The first box contained loose powder, and as he spoke, he shook that box toward his students, and of course, powder went everywhere. That, he said, that represents a promise, a treaty, a contract, those things that you might think define covenant. But as he continued to speak, he shook the other hand, the other box, which contained pressed powder, and he shook it repeatedly, yet not one grain of powder was dislodged. That, my friends, he said, that represents covenant. So firmly pressed together, so inextricably linked, that no matter how hard you're shaken, you will never come apart. That is what covenant means to our God, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And we read about such a covenant in Genesis chapter 15, when God entered into a relationship with Abraham and his descendants after him. It was a covenant, the scriptures later say, that would be in force as long as the sun and the moon and the stars remained in the heavens. It was an everlasting covenant. And it was a covenant of love. I will be their God, he said, and they will be my people. And it was a covenant that involved this little strip of land along the Mediterranean Sea that today we know as the nation of Israel, the possession of which was granted by that covenant to Abraham's descendants after him as an everlasting possession. It was and is an eternal covenant. And it has been shaken, and it's being shaken, and it will continue to be shaken. But God's word tells us we don't have to be concerned. We know what covenant means to our God. So no matter how hard it's shaken, no matter how desperately outside forces might try to destroy it, that relationship will never come apart.